Ilang araw na lang, National Science and Technology Week na naman. Makisali sa early virtual celebration ngayong Biyernes sa DOST Report. Aalamin natin ang ilan sa mga aktibidad na magpapakita kung paano tinutugunan ng agham at teknolohiya ang hamon sa kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan at kinabukasan. Makakasama natin sina Dr. Jaime C. Montoya, Executive Director, Philippine Council for Health Research and Development, Director Celia B. Ilumba, Director, Philippine Textile Research Institute, Director Jose B. Patarinhug, Regional Director, DOST Region NCR, Alamin yan at iba pang Science for the People projects ng Department of Science and Technology mula mismo kay DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña. Pakarutukan lahat ng yan sa DOST Report tuwing Biyernes alas 4 ng hapon sa DOST TV Facebook page at YouTube channel. Mga napapanong balita tungkol sa agham at teknolohiya para sa bayan ang atindan sa inyo ngayong Biyernes. Dito lang sa DOST Report. Magandang agham Pilipinas. Ako po si Oren Miranda at inyong kapatid sa mga murid. At kasama po natin ang kanina nagkagawa ng agham at teknolohiya ang nag-iisang DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña. Magandang agham po, Secretary Boy.
Magandang araw naman, Onin, at sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Mga kapatid, may isang linggo na lamang at 2021 ay nasidalo na. Excited na pa kayo? Para sa buong buwan ng Nobyembre, mag-iimbita po kami ng mga espesyal na bisita para bigyan tayo ng patikim sa kung ano ba ang dapat abangan sa nalalapit na 2021 National Science and Technology Week o NSTW. At mamaya, ibabahagi ng ating mga bisita at aktibidad sa 2021 NSTW na magpapakita ng paano ang agham at teknolohiya ay tumutugon sa hamon, sa kalusugan at kabuhayan. Kaya bangin po yan, pero bago yan, Panginoon natin ang mga balita natin ni Secretary Boy.
Salamat, Onin. Katulad ng dati, magsisimula tayo sa mga updates natin sa kalusugan. Ang unang update na ibinigay ng ating DOST Philippine Council for Health Research and Development ay update on their project to validate a rapid, simple COVID-19 testing technology. So DOST PCHRD is actually supporting a focus study to validate a rapid, simple, and efficient isothermal COVID-19 testing technology. This is actually a 14-month project spearheaded by the Ateneo Research Institute of Science and Engineering. And the pilot clinical testing has begun with the samples collected from Blue Swab, which is at the Ateneo de Manila University as a testing facility, with the first prototype assay showing evidence of SARS-CoV-2 detection from COVID-19 positive patients. The assay requires optimization and refinement to further improve its sensitivity, most especially that the experiment is transitioning from contrived samples, saliva spiked with gamma-irradiated virus particles, to bona fide human saliva samples. The second report comes from the DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute, and this is regarding the forging of alliance for healthier school children. Our DOST FNRI has joined hands with the partners from industry, local government, with DepEd for the holding of the forum entitled Forging Public Industry Society Alliance. So it's a program actually for healthier school children. They call it PISO, Public Industry Society Alliance. PISO for healthy kids. And the forum among the different partners was held last November 8, 2021. The collaboration is to achieve the common goal of addressing the undernutrition problem among school-age children. So each sector has specific roles in this alliance, such as the conduct of research, the implementation and testing of the intervention package, and of providing the needed resources. It has 4 components. First, translation of Pinggang Pinoy for kids into adequate meals. 2. Development of Pinggang Pinoy recipes and cycle menu for school feeding program. 3. Development of nutrition education modules on the identified key messages. And 4. Implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the intervention package. No? So the evaluation research, which was conducted in 9 public elementary schools, demonstrated the effectiveness of the school-based feeding and nutrition education intervention package in improving the nutritional status among 7 to 9-year-old underweight children. So moving forward, FNRI developed modules can serve as education materials for use by elementary school teachers in teaching nutrition, food, and health among children in grades 2 and 3. The next item under kalusugan is the news that a complementary food processing facility will rise inside the Catanduanes State University Panganiban campus with the support of DOST Region 5 and the DOST FNRI. This is part of the advocacy to combat malnutrition in the region. So DOST Region 5 partner with the Catanduanes State University or CSU in the establishment of a complementary food processing facility inside the university's Panganiban campus. The facility intends to roll out the implementation of complementary food production to priority communities in the province with its banner name DOST Pinoy or Package for the Improvement of Nutrition of Young Children. So the facility is built to house the equipment coming from the DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute, and it will serve as the production center. This will hopefully be completed by March 2022. The next report comes from our DOST Region 8. They have turned over an amount of 1 million pesos for the establishment of 2 Victalino facilities in Samar. So these were turned over by DOST Region 8 to the Provincial Local Government Unit of Samar last October 26, 2021 at the Capitol Building in Catbalogan City so that they can establish the iodine-rich drinking water processing facility, which is dubbed as Tubig Talino. It was developed by the DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute to prevent iodine deficiency disease in the province, especially the iodine deficient vulnerable groups. The Tubig Talino project will be established in 2 districts of Samar, one in Calbiga and another in Calbayog City. So these are both from the first and second districts, respectively. We now proceed to Kabuhayan. And the first report here comes from DOST Southern Leyte. They actually conducted another COVID-19 economic recovery livelihood training series in that province. So DOST Region 8, to its Southern Leyte Provincial Science and Technology Center, in partnership with the Provincial Government of Southern Leyte, conducted livelihood trainings for COVID-19 economic recovery. And these were held on October 26 to 27, 2021 at Tahusan, Hinunangan, Southern Leyte. These were participated by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan and experts from the Southern Leyte State University. Okay, of course, there were resource speakers on the different livelihood training technologies. Next item is a report on boosting productivity of Paraga's first manufacturer of biodegradable plastics. This is actually a setup project, small enterprise technology upgrading program. So the DOST Caraga, through the Provincial Science and Technology Center in Agusan del Norte, released funds amounting to 3 million, which will be used to acquire advanced film and cutting machines for MJ Printing Services, which is the first local manufacturer of biodegradable plastics in the Caraga region. This is under the SETA program. Of course, they will have to repay that amount within a period of 3 years plus 1 year of grace period prior to start of payment. So the equipment that will be procured will address the technology gaps Okay, and this will eventually increase the overall productivity and capacity of the business operation. Other than equipment upgrading, the firm will also be enrolled in our manufacturing productivity extension program and other suitable science and technology services. Okay, so this will really expand their capability. It has been in the business of providing durable and biodegradable plastic sandbags to its customers in that region. Now, the next report comes from DOST 11. Food Processing Innovation Center in Davao, okay, will hold the launching of their spray-dried buko powder, okay. This is one of their banner products in DOST 11, okay. And the launching will be held on November 24, 2021 at SMCT Davao Ecoland, okay. Spray-dried buko or young coconut powder is made from young coconut water and meat developed using spray drying technology that converts liquid extracts into powder while preserving some of the important nutrients. It can be a healthy alternative to other fruit juices in the market because it has no artificial flavor and preservatives that are added. It is easy to prepare. Just reconstitute the powder with water and serve according to taste. So Bucolite is one of the food innovation products of the Food Processing Innovation Center in Davao, which is a collaborative project of DOST 11, Philippine Women's College in Davao, DTI, and the Food Processors Association of Davao. Next news comes from DOST Region 10 that they are providing potable water to marginalized communities in Dumulog, Bukidnon. This will benefit about 2,500 residents from Barangay Sampagar, which is a geographically isolated and disadvantaged community in the municipality of Damulog, Bukidnon. Now, the project is entitled Advancement of the Quality of Water Available for Household Use through the establishment of a water reservoir tank built in with a ceramic water filter, where 160 ceramic water filters will be distributed to households in the area and its neighboring sitios. Currently, the only water source of Barangay Sampagar is a spring that has recently been found to exceed in terms of the maximum allowable levels of phosphate, total coliform, and E. coli as set by the DOH and the Philippine National Standards for Drinking Water. There were 3 species of bacteria in the study site that were found, and this led to the conclusion that it has been posing the leading health concerns in the area. So this intervention hopefully will really reduce, if not totally eliminate, these health problems brought about by this bacteria that has been found in the spring water that they are using. Now, Region 12 has something similar, and this is what they call the Life Project in Tiboli, South Cotabato. So this is an implementation of a clean and safe water for over 300 households in the remote areas of Sitio de Siquit and NAP, Laconon in Tiboli, South Cotabato. So this is in terms of putting up a water facility, okay, under, of course, the sponsorship or leadership of our DOST Region 12 with assistance, of course, from the Provincial Science and Technology Officer of South Cotabato. And this is also in partnership with the local government unit of Lake Cebu and the Philippine Army's 11th Special Forces. So the water facility project is scheduled to be transferred to the custody of the locals next month. Okay, so this is their our response to their long-standing drinking water problem in the area. The next report is that of a winning company, winning the Best Setup Adapter Award in Region 11, and this was known during the celebration of the Davao RS or Regional Science and Technology Week 2021 celebration. The winner for the region is East LA Incorporated, a small family-owned corporation headed by its president and CEO, Ernest Carl Chua. and this was established in 2013. It started out exclusively in the trading of cleaning and sanitation products to institutional clients. It later expanded to manufacturing their own cleaning products, and it has transitioned the business to both trading and manufacturing. In 2017, it became a beneficiary of the Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program, and now it has become the winner of the Best Setup Adapter. Okay, and it will represent the Davao region in the nationwide search for Best Setup Adapter. Another news, this is now coming from UP Los Baños, wherein they have a new biocontrol formulation called Acticon, okay, and it's a registered trademark already that's been seen to be effective in lowering the mortality rate in Cavendish bananas which are infected with the Panama disease. This new biocontrol formulation, branded as Acticon, was developed by the UP Los Baños National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology through the DOST funding support. It was further pilot tested in Davao del Norte with funding assistance from DOST PICARD. And the results of the recently completed project shows that it is effective in lowering the infection of FOCTR4, which is otherwise known as the Panama disease. Okay, our project leader there, Irene Papa, reported that Acticon enhanced the plant growth as shown by profuse fruiting and the growth of the berry plants in the nursery. So Acticon treated berry plants increased survival rate by 97.49% compared to 72.1% survival rate of untreated berry plants. Fusarium oxysporum is a fungus that thrives in the soil and attacks the plants from the roots. It survives in the soil for decades, making the land unusable for non-resistant crops. Tropical race 4, the strain that attacks the current Cavendish variety, has already cost at least $1.2 billion in losses, and the disease has already spread in Asia, Australia, Africa, and Latin America. It can cause 100% mortality rate. So I think those figures are world figures. No? The next report comes from the Forest Products Research and Development Institute, saying that they have completed their study on lapis or paper mulberry. Our DOST Forest Products Research and Development Institute has recently completed its study on the assessment of the copicing characteristics of lapis as a strategy for its control and management and the sustainable utilization for pulp and paper production. Lapis or paper mulberry is an introduced species that thrives uncontrollably within the Makiling Forest Reserve area, forming dense thickets that threaten other local tree species. To control its spread, a study was conducted to assess its copicing characteristics and monitor its growth rate in terms of the plant height, diameter, frequency, and bark yield. Based on the initial data, lapis grows rapidly within 4 to 6 months. The height can averaging 3 meters and to 4.5 meters after harvest of 4 and 6 months, respectively. So 3 meters kung 4 months, 4.5 meters kung 6 months. However, its trunk's growth rate gradually declines after its harvest cycle. So about 5 different kinds of handmade paper were produced and submitted for evaluation to a paper conservationist. Results showed that thin lapis handmade paper can serve as a substitute to imported conservation or restoration paper. Its best use is for framing, backing, and mending paper artworks. Next report comes from our DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute through their Advanced Materials Testing Laboratory or ADMATEL, which has partnered with the DOST Advanced Science and Technology Institute in launching their Intelligent Data Analysis System or IDAS for Materials Informatics. Okay, so they have launched this DOST-funded Research Intelligent Data Analysis System or IDAS. Okay, which is a 100% DOST-made web-based software developed with the help of our Advanced Science and Technology Institute and intended to provide a rapid and innovative profiling technique for the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. So during the launching, a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU was signed between DOST and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency for the software field testing activities of IDAS, okay, under the partnership of the two agencies. The IDAS technology can also be applied to several industries, such as in the semiconductor and electronics, in food, in pharmaceuticals, in agriculture, and testing, and can be used by the academia and other government agencies by enjoying the benefits of artificial intelligence in the process optimization and improvement. This can be applied in hastening failure analysis and the rapid and simultaneous profiling of samples in the context of materials informatics. Next report is also from the DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, which conducted a training on the operation of their plastic densifier. The training on the use and operation of a plastic densifier was conducted in Barangay Molinete, Laurel, Batangas. Okay, and it was actually the local government that requested for the training on operating and using the plastic densifier equipment that can produce plastic blocks and bricks that sooner can be marketable items in the community. So uh, the project was entitled Community Empowerment through Science and Technology for Disaster-Stricken Areas in Batangas Province. They actually were intended to help the communities affected by the Taal volcano eruption. Next report is on kaayusan. The DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, which inaugurated the country's first metrology and chemistry laboratory. Myself and the DTI Secretary Ramon Lopez led the inauguration of the DOST ITTI 4-story metrology and chemistry laboratory last November 10, 2021. It is located here in the Science Complex in Bicutan, and it aims to help the local testing laboratories comply with traceable chemical measurements by producing reference materials and conducting accuracy-based proficiency testing schemes. Okay, so actually we want to ensure that our metrology and chemistry technological features have room to infrastructurally expand as it aims for increasingly accurate and reliable chemical measurements by laboratories in the Philippines. So the establishment of this facility is part of DOST's commitment to assist local industry sectors in ensuring that the goods and services they deliver for the local and global markets are of the highest quality. It will also help prevent or stop recalls of Philippine products which pose significant economic burdens. The next report is a report from our DOST Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. They participated in the observance of the World Tsunami Awareness Day 2021. So they organized a webinar on November 5, 2021, which highlighted the collaborations between PBOX and other organizations. The presentations include the highlights of the consultation e-workshop for a harmonized program on tsunami disaster risk reduction. And they also had what they call a consultation with national and local disaster risk reduction and management practitioners. This is their Listong Pamayanan Tsunami. They also launched the Listong Pamayanan Tsunami Toolkit and Community-Based Preparedness Initiative for the local government academy, which with technical assistance from PBOX. In 2015, actually, the UN General Assembly declared every November 5 as the World Tsunami Awareness Day. Next report comes from our DOST National Capital Region, where they actually inked a partnership with the Technological University of the Philippines for a Payatas Agro-Eco Park development. So they signed a memorandum of agreement for the implementation of the project entitled Assist ASSIST, Assist for Payatas, agricultural-based smart systems integrated solutions technology for Payatas Control Disposal Facility. So the signing was held on November 5, 2021 at the DOST NCR Regional Office in Taguig City. And this one-year project aims to develop a smart greenhouse system on the facility at Payatas by utilizing advanced technologies through different components detailed as follows. A smart aquaponic system to the utilization of Internet of Things technology, which specifically will develop an IoT-based integrated sensor module for monitoring smart aquaponic system parameters. They also have the polyseg system, or a fully automated polystyrene biodegrading system for mealworm segregation, which aims to develop a system for mealworm rearing that will biodegrade polystyrene and serve as artificial habitat for their whole life cycle. And of course, the solar PV energy power system, which will serve as power source for the two other components of the program. Moreover, the project Agro Eco Park consists of various technologies which were designed to promote a greener and more self-sustainable environment. The Eco Park will also feature domes, botanical gardens, and a clearer view of the Sierra Madre and La Mesa Dam. There will also be vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, bell peppers, and aquaculture products like tilapia and catfish. The next report comes from DOST, from Fisher, announcing and actually launching the DOST nicer centers in the regions, working in support of the UN Sustainable Cities and Communities goal, okay, right here in the Philippines, in an event entitled Nicer Symposium, Building Sustainable Cities and Communities, which was held on November 8th. The DOST launched 3 innovation centers geared towards providing solutions for light pollution, energy consumption, disaster risk reduction, and technologies to help local government units manage their natural resources. The NICER centers presented were the Center for Astronomy R&D at the Rizal Technological University here in the National Capital Region, the Mountain Engineering R&D Center at the University of the Cordilleras in CAR, and the Center for Environmental Informatics at the University of the Philippines, Cebu, in the Central Visayas region. Meanwhile, our DOST National Research Council of the Philippines held their 8th expert class, and this was dealing with the biogeography of Philippine biodiversity. Okay, as we know, the Philippines is one of the mega biodiverse countries and one of the most vulnerable against the threat of climate change and deforestation. So several efforts from the government and the different programs of reforestation have been done to save the increasing deforestation of Philippine forests. One of the regular members of NRCP, retired Professor Dr. Nestor Baginon, discussed the important ways to successfully conduct reforestation and to restore Philippine forests and its biodiversity during the online expert class episode 8 entitled Biogeography of Philippine Biodiversity, a must to attain sustainable development goals through transformative change. This was held last October 28, 2021 via Zoom. The next report comes from DOST Region 6, and it gives us an update on SPAS, okay, which is the travel management app. The following are the updates on the deployment of SPAS, okay, which was developed by DOST Region 6 and adapted for national use by the IATF. As of reporting, the total number of user registration has reached 4,456,929. The total number of processed travel coordination permits is already at the 3,798,893 mark. The total number of processed travel pass-through permits is 2,909,933, and 84% SPAS account activation of target local government units. Okay, so of the 121 or so local government units, 84% has already an account activation. 7 regions, in fact, has 100% of its LGUs already activated under SPAS. And they have already been working on the interoperability of the One Health Pass system, the BACS certificate TH, and the SPAS travel management system, and now ongoing so that we can have interoperability. So that is a very good news coming from our DOST Region 6 regarding SPAS. Now we go to the last K, which is kinabukasan. Our DOST Cordillera has turned over Starbucks livelihood equipment to schools and community beneficiaries in Benguet. This is under the Community Empowerment to Science and Technology project in the province of Benguet. So they turned over sugarcane and rice processing equipment, as well as science and technology Starbucks, or academic research-based openly operated kiosk station, to the local government of Kibungan and to the beneficiaries there on October 29, 2021. Specifically, they come from barangays Takadang and Badeo as geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, or GDAS. Now, the newly upgraded digital science libraries, or Starbucks 3.0, now contain resources, okay, on the K to 12 curriculum. The next report on kinabukasan is from ITDI, which held virtual laboratory tour for the PNP, Philippine National Police Research Development class. Okay, so this was held last October 25, 2021, wherein the members of PNPRD class, okay, virtually toured the laboratories of the Industrial Technology Development Institute, from the Material Science Division to the Standards and Testing Division, the National Metrology Laboratory, the Advanced Device and Materials Testing Laboratory, or ADMATEL, and the Materials Development Laboratory. So Director Annabel Briones welcomed them, and the representatives of each laboratory gave short introductions on the services and what their laboratory does. Okay, so after that, of course, the representatives per laboratory answered the questions coming from the PNP research development class during the open forum. There were 55 participants from the Philippine National Police. And the next report comes from DOST Region 1, where the 2021 Regional Invention Contest and Exhibition was already held. Okay, and this was opened on October 27, 2021, and they have already results of who were the awardees. Okay, so the at least the finalists for the region under the utility model category, they have the process of making straw geotextile net and the multi-fuel dryer as finalists. Under the Likha Award for Creative Research category, they have baked glutinous rice cake and preparation thereof, the optimization of mung bean milk-based mango beverage as finalists. And in the Civil Award for Outstanding College Student Creative Research, they have the process of Volvarella mushroom production in multi-bed chamber as the finalists. And under the Civil Award, in the High School Creative Research category, they have several. One is the effect of chitosan derived from mud crab shell in controlling rice blast fungus. The other one is the RC agitator device for unmilled rice grains. The next one is the hematopoietic effects of platito. This was this is actually the scientific name is Notopanax scutellarium, ethanolic leaf extract in phenylhydrazine induced mice. Okay. The other finalist is the production and characterization and the potential of nalog. Okay. Portulaca oleracea as natural sweetener. And finally, the effectiveness of aloe vera leaf ethanolic extract against angiogenesis, okay, as another finalist. And the last item I would like to report under kinabukasan is the happy news that the Provincial Science and Technology Center of Oriental Mindoro already led the groundbreaking of the soon-to-rise Provincial Science and Technology Center, cum DOST Mimaropa Satellite Regional Office in Calapan City. Okay, so this was one of the highlights of their of the Regional Science and Technology Week celebration, and the new two-story facility, when completed, will feature new amenities that will benefit both the clients and the workforce. That ends my report for this week, Oni, and maraming salamat sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Maraming salamat po, Sec Boy. Natuhin po ninyo kabuuan ng DOST updates para sa nagdaang linggo. Sa aming pong pagbabalik, ano nga ba ang mga dapat abangan sa pinakamalaking selebrasyon ng agawang teknolohiya ngayong Nobyembre? Makisali sa maagang selebrasyon ng 2021 NSTW sa pagbabalik po yan ng DOST Report. Kaya bilang katutok sa DOST Report, noong nakaraang linggo, ibinahagi ni Undersecretary Baborang ang mga activities ng DOST Regional Offices simula pre-NSTW, NST Week, hanggang post-NSTW Week na natagal hanggang Desyembre. Samantala, sinagot naman po ni Undersecretary Solidum expectations ng ating netizens sa kung ano ang mga highlights ng NSTW Week. At syempre, ibinahagi naman sa atin ni Assistant Secretary Buendia ang mga activities kaugnay sa international relations. Pero hindi lamang po ang mga activities na nabanggit nila ang pwede nyo mapanood at salihan dahil ang buong DOST system po ay may inihanda pakulo para sa ating lahat.
Tama ka, Onin. Ayon sa tema na agham at teknolohiya tugon sa hamon ng panahon, nais nating ipakita ang mga inobatibong mga produkto at serbisyo na nagbibigay solusyon sa mga problema natin sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Hatid sa atin ng ibang ahensya ng DOST at mga regional offices.
Opo, Sec Boy, kaya naman sa ating mga taga-subaybay, ihanda ang inyong mga calendars at markahan na ang paborito nyo activities sa darating na NSTW 2021 na ibabahagi po sa atin ng ating mga espesyal panuhin. Makasama natin ngayon si Dr. Jaime C. Montoya, Executive Director, Philippine Council for Health Research and Development, Department of Science and Technology. Director Celia B. Ilumba, Director, Philippine Textile Research Institute, Department of Science and Technology. Director Jose Padalinghug, Regional Director, DOST Region NCR.
Simulan na natin ang kwentuhan. Mag-umpisa tayo sa kabuhayan at ang una nating makakasama ay si Director Celia Ilumba, Director ng Philippine Textile Research Institute. Magandang araw sa iyo, Director Celia.
Hi, magandang araw sa iyo, Onin. Magandang araw, Secretary Boy. ED Jimmy, magandang araw sa iyo. Director Patalinhog, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Maraming pong salamat sa pag-imbita sa amin.
Director Ilumba, balita po namin may activity po ang DOST PTRI na magpapakita ng kakayahan sa yarn innovation na mga riyon sa Pilipinas. Maaari niyo po bang ibahagi ito sa amin?
Maaring-maari, Onin. Salamat sa tanong na yan. Alam mo, Onin, meron tayong event. Ito yung ating Pick, Right, Pick. Click, Right, Pick. Dito tatalakayin natin ang inobasyon na hatid ng RIPIC or Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center. Gusto nating ipaalam sa ating mga participants ano ba ang RIPIC? Ano bang ginagawa dito at ang mga produkto at serbisyong ginagawa natin dito? Sa talakayang ito, gusto nating ibahagi ang kahalagahan na ginagampanan ng RIPIC para matulungan, maiangat at maging pangmatagalan o sustainable ang ating industriya ng pagtetela sa Pilipinas. Makakasama natin dito ang mga pinagpipitagang mananalita na magbabahagi ng kanilang pananaw ukol sa RIPIC. Sila ay mula sa akademya, sa ating fashion industry, at sa ilang mga MSMEs nating kasama sa industriya. Alam mo, nag-imbita din kami ng mga panauhin na magbabahagi ng kani-kanilang pananaw sa textile industry, lalo na sa paggawa at paggamit ng mga sinulid tulad ng abaca cotton, pineapple cotton at iba pa. I-relate ko lang yung aktibidad ng ating Click RIPIC, Pick RIPIC, Click RIPIC. Unang-una, alam mo yung Pick RIPIC, kaya pangalan niya RIPIC kasi it is right for the pick and it is ripe for the picking. So, i-relate ko lang siya dun sa ating programa nung tema ng 2021 NSTW. Ang mga programang ibabahagi kasi natin mula sa PTRI at ang mga partners na kasama natin, ito ay magpapayaman sa kaisipan. Sa pamamagitan ng agham at teknolohiya, ang ating pamumuhay ay mapapaunlad. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon na alam na natin ang kahalagahan ng meron tayong sariling kakayahan bilang isang bansa na matugunan ng ating sariling pangangailangan. Nakita natin ngayong may pandemya na mahalaga ang magkaroon tayo ng supply ng face mask at PPEs. Halimbawa, no? Ang RIPIC at mga teknolohiyang kalakip nito ay isang mahalagang panimula na tugon sa problema ng kawalan. Isang kawalan ng kakayahang gumawa ng sariling materyales natin, gamit ang sariling materyales natin ng mga tela at gamit ang sarili nating mga kagamitan. Ang paggamit din ng mga kaibang sinulid na dito lamang makikita sa Pilipinas sa ngayon ay magbibigay ng competitive advantage sa mga MSMEs natin na makasabay ba sa pandaigdigang merkado. Ito pang hinahanap ngayon sa buong mundo. Sa event na ito, ilo-launch ang RIPIC portal, lalo na at malawak na ang paggamit ng digital technology. Ito ay upang mailapit natin ang RIPIC kahit hindi ka naririto sa Iloilo or hindi ka makapunta sa Iloilo, siya po ay lalapit sa inyo mula po dito sa ating Click RIPIC, Pick RIPIC. Ang portal ay ang maglalaman ng mahahalagang impormasyon tungkol sa RIPIC at mga produkto nito at syempre pa, saan makakabili ng mga sinulid na gawa sa Iloilo. Maraming salamat po.
Director Ilumba, para lang magkaroon ng ideya ang ating mga manonood, maaari bang pakipaliwanag mo lang kung ano ba itong tinutukoy mo Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center?
Ang RIPIC o Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center ay isang facility na itinayo po mula sa pondo sa pondo at paniniwala na ipinagkaloob sa atin ng DOST mula sa Grants in Aid Program. Ito po ay naitaguyod sa pamagitan din po ng pagsasama natin ng ating tanggapan ng DOST Region 6, ng Municipality ng Miagao at higit sa lahat ng Iloilo Science and Technology University or ISATU. Alam mo, ang Iloilo ay binantugan noong unang panahon na textile center ng Pilipinas, sentro ng pagtetela. Ngunit sa haba ng panahon, nawala na ang natural na materyales na gamit nila noon na sa ngayon naman ay hinahanap ng buong mundo dahil sa hindi kanais-nais na dulot ng mga synthetic na materyales sa ating kalikasan na may effect din sa pagbabago ng klima or climate change sa buong mundo. Nais na tugunan ng RIPIC ang kawalan na ito ng natural na materyales upang magamit ng mga manghahabi ng Iloilo at karatig probinsya nito sa pamamagitan ng RIPIC matutuhog natin ang supply chain upang magamit kung ano man ang mayroon sa kanila at magawa ang gagamitin nila at matapos gamitin ang magagawa nila.
Director Ilumba, anyayahan mo na ang ating mga taga-subaybay nang sila ay makilahok sa inyong activity sa darating na 2021 NSTW.
Iniimbitahan ko po kayong lahat. Samahan po ninyo kami at abangan ang Pick RIPIC, Click RIPIC. Ito po ang Shaping Yarn Innovations in the Regions to Warp Speed, NTF or Natural Textile Fibers to the Digital Marketplace. Ito po ay gaganapin sa November 24, 9 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 in the morning sa ating pong DOST PTRI Facebook page. Sasamantalahin ko na rin, Onin. Imbitahan ko rin po kayo sa pagkakataong ito na anyayahan ng lahat na bisitahin ang aming bubuksang virtual classroom exhibition. Ito po ang ating Lab to Fab. Yung pong Fab ay Fabric Applications and Beyond. Dito ipapakita natin ang latest R&D outputs, commercialization-ready technologies, technical and medical textile testing services, programs at mga facilities ng DOST PTRI. Masisili po ninyo sana dito ang iba't ibang gamit at kahalagahan ng mga produktong tela sa isang classroom setup. Itatampok dito ang mga natural textile products na gawa sa abaka, pineapple leaves, bamboo at seda tulad ng uniform, bag, sapatos at iba pang kagamitan na makikita sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. Tampok rin ang natural dyes at handloom weaving machines na magagamit para makagawa ng mga malikhaing bagay na saktong-sakto sa art classes ng mga mag-aaral. So marami pong salamat at sana po makasama po namin kayo sa araw na iyon at sa buong linggo po ng ating National Science and Technology Week. Maraming salamat, Onin.
Pakakaabangan po namin ng Click Right Pick sa November 24 at ang Lab to Fab exhibit na November 22, 28, 2021. Maraming salamat po, Director Celia B. Luba, DOST PTRI Director. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo ang susunod po nating panauhin na makabahagi ng kanilang exciting and very informative activity. Walang iba kundi si Dr. Jaime C. Montoya, DOST PCHRD Executive Director. Magandang araw po, Dr. Montoya.
Magandang araw sa iyo, Onin, at kay Secretary Boy, kay Director Celia Lumba. Magandang araw din po sa inyo lahat at sa lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay. Salamat po sa pag-iimbita sa akin muli dito sa inyong programa.
Dr. Montoya, ano ba ang mga aktibidad na may kinalaman sa kalusugan na maaaring abangan ng ating mga taga-subaybay sa darating 2021 NSTW?
Isa po sa dapat ninyong abangan ay ang aming inihahandang webinar na pinamagatang Repurposing Natural Resources for COVID-19. Sa webinar na ito ay itatampok namin ang mga proyektong sinuportahan ng DOST PCHRD na nagsisiyasat ko ang DCO at Lagundi ay maaari din nating gamitin para sa COVID-19. Matatandaan po ninyo na ang Lagundi ay una na nating pinag-aralan at matagumpay nating nadala sa pamilihan bilang gamot para sa ubo at asma na aprubahan po ito ng FDA. Pero ngayon naman po titingnan natin kung ang Lagundi ay pwedeng makatulong na maibsan ang mga simptomas ng COVID-19. Gayon din po ang DCO na sa unang pananaliksik natin ay napatunayan natin na mayroong antiviral property na siyang naging pangunahing dahilan upang ito ay ipagpatuloy pa natin ang ating pananaliksik upang tingnan kung paano pa ito makatutulong na panlaban sa mga sintomas ng COVID-19. Sapagkat ang tema po ng National Science and Technology Week ngayong taon ay agham at teknolohiya tugon sa hamon ng panahon, angkop lamang na ating maiulat sa publiko kung ano ang resulta ng mga pag-aaral na may kaugnay sa ating paghanap ng solusyon laban sa COVID-19.
Dr. Jaime, ano po mga proyekto po ang magiging focus ng webinar na ito?
Itatampok po sa webinar na ito ang mga resulta ng 3 pag-aaral na sinuportahan ng DOST PCHRD. Tatalakayin po ni Dr. Cecilia Maramba Lasarte ng UPNIH ang naging resulta ng kanilang pananaliksik sa Lagundi, kung saan tinitingnan natin ang kung epektibo ito at ligtas ba ang Lagundi sa pagbibigay lunas sa mga pasyenteng may simptomas ng COVID-19. 2 batikang mananaliksik naman ang mag-uulat din ng kanilang pag-aaral sa BCO. Si Dr. Imelda Angeles Agdepa ng DOST FNRI ang mag-uulat ng epekto ng BCO sa mga pasyenteng hinihinalang may COVID-19. Samantala, si Dr. Marisa Alejandria naman ang tatalakay sa resulta ng kanilang pag-aaral kung mabisa ba at ligtas na gamitin ang BCO as adjunctive therapy para sa mga pasyenteng nasa ospital dahil sa COVID-19. Sabay-sabay nating alamin at itanong mula sa ating mga eksperto kung ano-ano nga ba o mayroon nga bang maitutulong ang mga natural resources na ito sa paglaban natin sa COVID-19.
Dr. Montoya, kailan ba magaganap itong ating repurposing of natural resources for COVID-19 webinar? At imbitahan mo na rin ang ating mga taga-subaybay.
Iniimbitahan ko po ang lahat na dumalo sa aming isasagawang webinar tungkol sa repurposing natural resources for COVID-19. Ito po ay gaganapin sa ika-25 ng Nobyembre, November 25, ngayong taong ito, mula 1:00 ng hapon hanggang 2:30. Ang webinar na ito ay bahagi ng ating taunang pagdiriwang ng National Science and Technology Week. Para sa iba pong detalye, i-like at i-follow lamang po kami sa aming Facebook page, DOST PCHRD. Salamat po.
Salamat din, Dr. Montoya.
Maraming salamat po. Ito po ang isa rin sa aabangan kong activity sa NSTW. Mga R&D projects na talagang tumutugon sa hamon ng panahon. Ang susunod naman po natin makakasama ay si Director Jose B. Padalino III, ang Regional Director ng DOST NCR.
Magandang araw din po, Sir Onin, magandang araw din po kay Secretary Boy at kina Dr. Montoya at Director Ilumba. Magandang araw po.
Araw din, Director Jojo. Maaari bang banggitin, Director Jojo, kung ano yung mga aktibidad naman na isasagawa ng ating mga regional offices na magpapakita para sa ating mga taga-subaybay kung paano ang agham at teknolohiya ay nakakatugon sa hamon ng panahon, lalo na sa kabuhayan.
Ilan po sa mga inihanda ng mga regional offices ang Regional Science and Technology Week celebrations? Babanggitin ko lang po, no? Meron ho tayong 4 na rehiyon na babanggitin muna ngayon. Unang-una dito sa Region 2 kung saan kasama nila ang state universities and colleges ngayong darating na November 24. Meron ditong presentation ng R&D outputs and activities from Batanes State College, Cagayan State University, Isabela State University, Quirino State University, and Nueva Vizcaya State University. Meron ding series of webinars na hinanda ang DOST Mimaropa sa pangunguna ni Director Abilay mula November 23 to 26, 2021. Ilan sa mga topics na matutunghayan din tungkol dito ay intellectual property for MSMEs, propelling MSMEs towards Industry 4.0 through Setup 4.0 at yung 21st Century Learning Environmental Model. Ang DOST Regional Office naman sa Davao na pinangungunahan ni Dr. Anthony Sales, meron silang inorganize na 3 araw na fora mula November 22 hanggang 25. Ang title po nito ay ang Science from the Eagle's Nest Episodes. Ang mga topics na pag-uusapan dito ay mga DOST Grassroots Innovation for Inclusive Development or GRIND Program, SNT Halal Program, at Mindanao Renewable Energy R&D Center o MREC, Renewable Energy, Resource Potential in the Philippines. Ipinakikilala at inululunsad din namin dito sa DOST NCR ang Livelihood Project para sa mga persons deprived of liberty or PDL sa Manila City Jail bilang parte ng aming NSTW kick-off activity.
Director Jojo, ang DOST NCR naman po, ano po ang magiging highlight ng inyong 2021 NSTW activity?
Kami po ay nagagalak na ipakilala sa inyo ang Southville 3 Home-Based Producers Association Incorporated or ang SHABPAI from CEST to Set Up Story. Ito ay project ng DOST NCR, kasama ito sa kick-off event namin for 2021 NSTW celebration, ang awarding ng assistance sa SHABPAI under the Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program. Ang Shabpai po ay isang grupo ng mga kababaihan sa Southville 3, Muntinlupa. Dati po sila ay informal settlers sa tabi ng railes ng tren dito sa Metro Manila na nirelocate ng National Housing Authority. Ang Shabpai po ay una naming tinulungan sa pamamagitan ng Community Empowerment through Science and Technology or CES program noon pang 2013. Sila ay binigyan ng DOST NCR ng mga livelihood training at mga equipment tulad ng mga sewing machine, cutters, candle molder, chocolate molder, dishwashing and detergent soap mixer at emulsifier. Noong 2019, ay tinanghal na best CES in NCR ang Southville 3 dahil sa ipinamalas nila ang kanilang willingness na mapagbuti ang kanilang samahan at komunidad. Sila rin ay maiging nakipagtulungan sa aming tanggapan para sa mga proyektong pangkabuhayan, pangkalusugan, para sa disaster at pang-edukasyon o human resource development. Dahil sa partnership with the Muntinlupa City Government, kasama na rin ang PCCI Muntinlupa at sa Rotary, napalawak din ang kanilang access to market. Nagkaroon ng opportunity ang grupo na makapag-supply ng kanilang mga produkto sa Happy Home, Gentech, Gentronics, sa Rotary Club, Mega Ricto, Samsung, LGU Muntinlupa at marami pang iba. Dumami rin ang mga miyembro ng Shabpai na ngayon ay may 30 employees na sila.
Imbitahan mo na, Director Jojo, ang ating mga taga-subaybay para kanilang masubaybayan yung mga inihandang mga programa at aktibidades ng ating mga regional offices para dito sa 2021 NSTW.
Iniimbitahan po namin ang ating mga kababayan mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao na mag-participate, sumali at dumalo sa mga activities nating National Science and Technology Week 2021 na gaganapin ngayong November 22 hanggang 28, 2021. Bisitahin po lamang ang nstw.dost.gov.ph para sa mga schedule at detalye ng mga activities na ito. Maaari rin pong bumisita sa mga Facebook pages ng mga regional offices at iba pang mga ahensya ng DOST para sa iba't iba pa nating mga activities ngayong NSTW celebration.
Alright, maraming salamat po muli sa lahat ng ating mga panahon. Sa ating mga taga-subaybay, i-comment nyo na ang paborito nyo activity na inyong pakakabangan. Gamitin lamang ang hashtag 2021 NSTW, hashtag DOST Tugon sa hamon, at hashtag Science for the People. Sa boy, pa kami mga nais po ipabatid sa ating mga panauhin at mga taga-subaybay.
Oo, salamat, Oni. Ang gusto ko lang sabihin, ang ating celebration ngayon ay mostly ay virtual ang ating pamamaraan, no? Pero ang kagandahan naman noon, ang ating mga taga-subaybay, kahit saan sila naroon, through technology, ay pwede nilang makita at makasali dun sa mga activities na kahit nasa iba't ibang rehiyon, no? In other words, actually, mas malaki ang access nila sa iba't ibang mga activities ngayon, kahit ito ay virtual. At gusto ko lang i-emphasize na iba-iba ang ating tinutugon ng hamon, ano? Hindi lamang kalusugan, hindi lamang COVID-19. Ito ay yung mga hamon sa kabuhayan, ating hamon sa ating kaayusan, at ang hamon sa ating kinabukasan. Kaya abangan natin at sumali tayo sa mga aktibidades sa darating 21 NSTW. At ang ating linggo ng pagdiriwang ay November 22 to 28, bagamat ang ating mga selebrasyon sa mga rehiyon ay mas maaga pa inumpisahan na. Salamat.
Mga kaibigan, wag po kayo bibitiw dahil sa aming pong pagbabalik. Tanong naman sa bayan ang sasagutin ni Segboy at ng ating mga panauhin. Pero sa ngayon, alamin muna natin ang iba pa activities sa 2021 NSTW na kapakita kung paano tutugunan ng agham at teknolohiya ang mga hamon sa kinabukasan at kaayusan. Wag po kayong bibitiw, magbabalik pa ang DOST Report. na para sagutin ni Secretary Boy at ng ating mga panauhin ang tanong ng bayan. Ang tanong po, ma'am, ay galing kay Alma Ochotorena, publisher ng News Syndicate Digest, main host ng Bridging Point, Central Luzon, Balita Question. DOST Peter I Director Stella Ilumba. This is in relation to our locally produced natural dye, particularly in Abra. Paano niyo po nasusuportahan ang ating mga Ilang tribe headed by Mr. Luis Agaid Jr. sa ikaunlad po ng kanilang kooperatiba? Anong tulong po ang pwede niyo pang maibigay sa kanila for sustainability po ng kanilang locally produced natural dye?
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Alma, sa katanungan na yan. Alam mo, matagal na naming ka-partner ang Abra, ang lugar nila ni Luis Agaid in particular. Unang-una yung pag-aaral na minungkahi namin sa kanila nung kami ay pinakitaan nila ng mga iba nilang mga produkto na nagawa na. Doon binigyan namin sila ng training, very specific yung training. Pero alam mo, excited sila. Ang dami palang maaaring magawa mula sa Abra. So sila pong tinitignan natin na mukhang natural dye center natin. Nagtayo po tayo ng kapasidad para sila po ay maging source. In other words, itong sabihin noon, kung mayroon pong pangangailangan ng paggawa ng natural dyes mula po Batangas na mayroon pong commercial scale, dito po sa aming PTRI na Natay Center, sila po ang aming takbuhan, meaning sa kanila po bumibili ng mga raw material na maaari mong magawa na natural dye. Pangalawa, mungkahi po namin sa kanila na magkaroon po kami ng tuluyang pag-aaral dahil marami pong kinakailangang tignan para ma-stabilize. Dahil ang natural dyes po, meron po siyang particular na mga ratios, may science po, in other words, yung art ng pagkukulay. Kaya yun po ang aming mungkahi sa kanila. Marami po kaming gustong maibahagi pa at ito po ang ating tuloy-tuloy na collaboration or activities na ginagawa po kasama ng mga taga-Abra po sa tulong po ni Mr. Luis Agaid.
Ang tanong po magmumula kay Jamie Quinto ng DZME. Nasaan na po ang research ng DOST when it comes to virgin coconut oil as COVID-19 treatment?
Salamat, Jamie, sa iyong tanong. At katulad na sinabi ko kanina, meron na pong mga natapos na pag-aaral on VCO at meron din pong nagpapatuloy pa. Halimbawa po, yung mga natapos na po yung ating pag-aaral upang tingnan kung mayroong antiviral effect o may kakayanan ang VCO na patayin ang virus. At ito po ay pinangunahan ni Dr. Fabian Dairit at nakita po natin sa pag-aaral na ito na totoo ngang napapatay ng VCO ang virus, ang COVID-19 virus ng 60 to 90%. Lalong-lalo na kung kakaunti pa lang yung virus o maagang ibibigay yung VCO. Ikalawa po, natapos na rin po yung pag-aaral sa komunidad, yung community-based study natin sa Santa Rosa upang tingnan kung makatutulong ang ating VCO na maibsan ang mga simptomas ng COVID-19 sa mga suspect o mild cases ng COVID. Ito po naman ay pinangunahan ni Dr. Imelda Agdepa ng FNRI at nakita po natin doon sa pag-aaral na iyon na kapag po ito ay itinagdag sa kinakain ng ating mga volunteers ay nakita po na mas maaga pong nawala at ang kanilang mga simptomas at overall po ay maganda po ang kanilang paggaling at naiwasan ang paglala ng kanilang sakit upang sila ay ma-ospital o magkaroon ng komplikasyon. Pero po meron po tayong mga patuloy po na tinitingnan ng mga pag-aaral katulad pong itong tinitindi po natin yung kung makatutulong ang BCO sa mga na-ospital. Ito yung moderate severe cases ng COVID-19. Ito po ay pinangunahan ni Dr. Isa Alejandria ng UP Manila. At ito po ay natapos na pero yung mga datos po ay tinitingnan pa nilang mabuti pati yung mga epekto nito sa mga iba pang parametro na tinitingnan kung para malaman kung hindi makatutulong. At ito po ay tatalakayin din ni Dr. Alejandria.
Secretary Boy, bago po tayo magtapos, imitahan po natin ang ating mga taga-subaybay na abangan ng Siyensika bukas.
Muli, iniimbitahan natin ang ating mga kababayan at ang iba pa na panoorin ang ating ika-6 na episode ng Siyentikat. Ang ipapakita ngayon ay kung ano yung ating programa na RD Lead. Ito yung pagpapadala natin ng mga national experts natin sa iba't ibang rehiyon para matulungan sila sa kanilang mga research and development programs and strategies. At siyempre, kung mapanood ninyo yun, kaya dapat nyo malaman na bagamat ang unang showing yan ay alas 8 ng umaga ng Sabado, may rerun yan ng alas 4 ng hapon, Sabado rin. May rerun uli ng Linggo ng umaga, 8 o'clock, at meron uling rerun ng Linggo ng hapon, alas 4 ng hapon. Manood kayo ng Siyentika.
Siyempre po, bago po tayo magtapos, mula po sa kabuuan ng DOST system, binabati po namin ng isang maligayang kaarawan, Sec Boy. Ano po ang birthday wish nyo?
Ang birthday wishes ko, yung may kinalaman dito sa aking mga responsibilidad, sana ay mas marami pang matulungan ang naghahawak teknolohiya, ang Department of Science and Technology, sa ating mga kababayan para maiangat ang pang-antas ng kanilang pamumuhay. Wish ko din na mas marami kami maging partners, whether from the other government agencies or from the private sector, para lalong lumakas ang ating pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan through science and technology. And lastly, of course, sana wish ko din na dagdagan naman sana ang budget natin sa Department of Science and Technology. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagbati.
Happy birthday po, Secretary Boy. Samantala, narito pa ilan sa mga DOST TV programs na dapat yung makanutukan. Mga kapatid, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok. Mas marami pang balita mula sa mundo ng siyensya at teknolohiya ang ating pag-uusapan. Marami pa rin po tayong ibabahaging impormasyon at sorpresa tungkol sa darating na 2021 NSTW celebration sa susunod na episodes. Kaya tutok lamang po kayo tuwing Biyernes, alas 4 ng hapon dito sa DOST TV Facebook page. Ako po si Orin Rada. Ito ang mga balitang may kinalaman sa siyensya at teknolohiya para sa bawat Pilipino, straight from the S&T Authority ng bansa. Ito ang DOST Report.